Hey guys, welcome to another Center Stage Tips video. I'm Caitlin, also known as Caitlin Noob, and I love making Just Dance cosplays. You might have seen me cosplaying as Mothigan, Judas, and Louise Dials from Telephone. In this video, I'll be giving you some tips on how to make your cosplays awesome. If you do want some more behind the scenes of how I make cosplays, I do have a more detailed video on my YouTube channel about how I made Mothigan, Judas, 365, and the Cia Nova cosplays. So my first tip is to pay attention to detail. You might think that no one's going to notice if I leave out a few accessories, but all the small details really add up. To get as much detail as possible, I always start by using the Just Dance wiki, and that'll give you higher resolution photos of the coaches, plus behind the scenes photos and videos that you can look at. I also watch the gameplay of the coach, and that'll give me extra angles to see the outfit from. I will then draw up a sketch of the outfit that I want to recreate from head to toe, and that'll show me all the elements that I need to create. This sketch gives me a roadmap of the entire outfit, helps to break down the cosplay, and makes it a lot less intimidating to get started. So that brings me to my next tip, which is to break the cosplay down into more basic shapes and elements. To make more extravagant cosplays less intimidating, I'll always break them up into sections and then work on each individual section. So for example, with Louise Dials, her leotard I thought of as a pair of shorts and a jacket, and then I thought of the jacket as a vest with 2 sleeves and 2 big shoulder pads. I worked on those elements individually and then brought it all together at the end. This makes a difficult cosplay a lot easier. So my next tip is to take a really good look at the outfit and try and work out exact colors, textures like fabrics and materials, and shapes that you need to recreate. Colors might sound really obvious, but it does take a fair bit of time and effort to find an exact match, and getting an exact color match makes a huge difference to the final look. A lot of online fabric stores will send you a swatch before you order so you can see the color in person. For shapes, really look at the position of the costume on the character's body compared with where it needs to be on your body. Also pay attention to the angles of the costume. So taking a look at Louise Dials again, she has 2 stripes on the front of her jacket. One is under her bust and one is just above the shorts, so I matched that onto my body too. She also has a V-shaped collared neck and 2 big pointy shoulder pads. So I would make the shoulder pads out of foam and cardboard and then pop them into position and take a look in the mirror, and I'd slowly alter it until it was right. It took a lot of trial and error. Textures are like the fabrics or materials that you'll use to create your costume. So for example, if a character's in a metal costume, you might think to use a metallic fabric to recreate that. You'll get a better understanding of different fabrics and materials over time the more costumes you create, but one of my favorite fabrics to use is stretch spandex, especially for Just Dance costumes because it comes in heaps of bright colors, different levels of shininess and metallic, and it's super easy to sew and glue and really easy to dance in. So that's why my final tip is to pick a costume that you love, especially if you're new to cosplaying, because it can be frustrating and super time consuming. Cosplaying can take hours and hours of tedious work, so it's super important to pick an outfit that you're passionate and motivated about so that you don't get burnt out. I've definitely spent my fair share of time unpicking and redoing things to get them right too. It's all worth it in the end and can be so satisfying to see a costume that you love starting to come together, so don't give up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this little video has helped some of you, and I can't wait to see what cosplays you can create. Bye!